All right, hello and welcome back to Jeremy's Garden, everybody. Yeah, so in this video here, I'm doing a little bit of a groundbreaking video. I'm opening up an area, a square area, for a building. Only it is not the tiny home that I mentioned in a previous video earlier this month here in November 23. This is actually an 8x8 building. This is going to be a storage place, but most importantly right now, it's also going to act as a temporary workshop. So that'll be very, very important, especially here this late, in the year. I mean, we're mid-November here. So at some point here, I'm going to definitely see some more rain and some snow, possibly both. So I want my tools to be inside so I can, if I get a chop saw to be able to make all these cuts for all the building that I'm going to need to do, I can just open the door, slide my board in there, make the cut, pull it out, and go and do it. And then that way, even if it's sprinkling or whatever, I don't have to worry about any of the equipment that I'm using getting overly, wet and killing it, because it gets wet. So, but the tape measure, the yellow tape that I'm using, is actually, it's my old 25-foot tape measure, or excuse me, my 16-foot tape measure that I've had for 25 years. And it's been left outside, while working, and then also any bits of humidity, especially back east there, when I had it out. It rusted up, and I could not for the life of me get it to feed back into the unit. So I just took it out of the unit, and I'll get a new one here, but for this particular purpose, I just need approximate 8-foot by 8-foot, walls. So that's all I really need, because I'm actually going to shovel a little bit outside of where those walls are, and that'll be a thing. It won't be, I don't need exact measurements here. But I do have a project that I'm gonna reuse this tape measure in a project that will be in the future. It'll be incorporated into my shop. Now, this isn't going to be my shop, so it's not going to be incorporated into this shop. But this is mainly a storage unit, but it's going to double as a shop. So one of the things that I need storage for, especially this time of year, is when I'm collecting water and all that type of stuff, I'm going to want a place to keep it, because right now I'm limited on space, and the water tank underneath my little camp trailer, it's exposed to the outside. So realistically, I cannot have water left in it during the winter time. So basically right now I have been siphoning what I do have into some external jugs and all that, because I don't want to be caught with a frozen water tank underneath the trailer, because that's just another fix that I don't need to do. So so for the moment, it's, it'll add a little bit of interest to how I do things, because I won't have a sink per se, but it's just one of those things. I just have to do it. So I'm gonna have to make that sacrifice here, and it'll just be temporary anyways. But having a shop and where I can have a saw and make my cuts on any lumber that I'm cutting for framing stuff out for the main mini house, which eventually will be a little hobby building. Once I actually build the larger structure, that'll have a garage and all that fun stuff. All these buildings are going to have multiple lives here at the beginning. So I'm actually thinking that I may even take one wall of this 8-foot building, 8x8 building, and make it a sleeping area. Which sounds weird, I know, but if we think about it, it's going to be insulated. So it'll be insulated. It'll be a standard 2x4 building with insulation. And yeah, so it's going to have sheetrock. It'll be wired with electric. So it's going to be, a self-contained unit, and it will be a lot easier to heat this building than it will the tin can of my trailer, So they'll heat up quick, but then they'll lose heat fast as well. So I may or may not use it as a third use for a little bedroom area, but we'll see. We will see. For the most part, I just need a little shop area, and I need a storage area. So, but it depends. Like I'm not sure how fast I can get to work on building like the actual tiny home. All this stuff costs a lot of money, and I really don't have a lot of money. I'm on very limited resources here. So thinking of which, I'm going to open up, I'm going to do a Patreon, $5 a month. It'll just be a place to, you can chat and talk to people in there and stuff, you can have a little community there. But opening up this ground here is actually really easy, really easy, because I don't know what kind of grass it is, but it grows in clumps, and it's really, you just take the shovel and scoop underneath it real quick, and then you come back with the rake and pull all the stuff away. It's very quick. There's no effort. I mean, I'm not like grunting to get underneath the grass. The shovel literally just slides underneath it, super smooth, and then you tilt your shovel to the side to empty off the stuff, and then you just keep sliding, slide, twist, and then rake, which is great, because at this point here, I am struggling a little bit with my breathing, because even though my lung isn't fluttering anymore, I'm working slowly. I'm being cautious and conscientious about how my lung is feeling, my physical, with the physical exertion on my body. Because the last thing I want to do right now is to have it not be quite healed and have it collapse again. Because I run the possibility that if I did get it to collapse again, it may be bad enough that I may have to go into the hospital and have that whole surgery thing like I did about 15 some odd years ago. And that was really no fun. So, yeah, I'm just kind of taking my time here, making sure that my body is doing okay. There's occasionally you can see I'm leaning pretty hard on the shovel or the rake, because I'm really just, I'm out of breath. So, but I really wanted to get this done today. All I'm doing is breaking the grass apart. Another day, I'll have to get some more cinder blocks, and I'll find the low corner, and I'll set the low corner and get it all nice and leveled, and that will be my guiding line over to the other corners. And yeah, because the center part doesn't really need to be leveled out, because it's just going to be under the floor. It's not going to make a difference. Now technically, because it's under the floor, I don't need to dig any of this grass up that would be under the floor, because it would be blocked from the sun. It would just die off and rot into the ground, which is fine. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I can use all this grass that would be underneath the building as compost. So I'm forward thinking, how can I recycle, reuse as much stuff as I can that I'm taking out, rather than just doze it, let it just die off and that be it, because it'll never benefit anything as long as the building is there. So I might as well pull it out and be able to use those grass clumps as compost. So yeah, because all I need to do is level out the outside walls, and then I'll sit the building on it. Because it's just going to be a little simple shop, I'm not going to go crazy with 2x6 flooring. It's literally just going to be 2x4s underneath it for support. I'll have some cinders underneath, all of those studs, all those studs running across on the flooring, the floor joists. So it'll be nice and solid. And I'm even going to insulate the floor. All the buildings, I am going to insulate everything, including the floors. It'll just help keep it cooler in the summertime and warmer in the winter time. So that'll be a thing. So yeah, now at this recording angle, you can't really see the square very well, and I'm going to take another video shot of like walking from the pathway into the building, and then that way you can kind of get a thing. I think I can splice it together in iMovie here on my iPhone. I'm not sure. YouTube, in their YouTube app on the phone app does not allow you to do that, which is really annoying. Because you can do it if you were on the computer, but then you got to upload the two clips separately and then combine. It's like, what? I don't. Anyways, so I think I can do that with iMovie. So at the end of this video, if you can see me walking around in the building, that'll be a thing. Otherwise, I'll just have to make another short little video so that people can get a little bit better perspective of what's going on with this part right here. But yeah, I'm basically done right here. So here I'm gonna pretend like I'm walking out of the building, and then I'll walk back in, just to kind of, in my mind's eye, have that visualization of how the final result will look. So yeah, all right. So unless there's an addendum, thank you so much for watching. I will put up a couple of ways to donate money if you so choose to support the show. I do appreciate everybody, just checking out the channel and watching. And, right now, I mean, the biggest way you can support me is just hit like and subscribe. So yeah. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, financially, I don't know how fast any of these projects will go. Plus, I'm doing it all basically by myself. So, click like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, so down this way, we got the meandering pathway, but then I got a little pathway kind of blocked out this way, and this will go straight to the little 8x8 shop / storage. So I'll have a door right over here somewhere. That'd be kind of cool. And yeah, so that way I'll be able to, I don't know, be able to do stuff. And have a little chop saw in here, something. You know, that way I can do things. I won't be able to haul, you know, like big 16-foot pieces of lumber in here or something. But if I just need to cut off the edge of it, you know, one end, I can drag it in, chop it off, and, you know, put the end in that I need to cut, and cut it and be done. So that'll be kind of cool. And then over there is where you can see the cinder blocks sitting in the corners of where the main mini house will be built. But like I said, if it's raining or some such, I don't want that. So I'll come out, you know, I got this pathway here, but I'm also going to make another little pathway go around this way, you know, so then I got access to where I'm parked, my main parking area, and then to the main house. But then it'll give me, I'll have all this will just be here, and it'll be a little, you know, a little buffer zone. I was thinking maybe I'll put a tree in the center of here, because that would be cool. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. All right, click like, subscribe. Thanks for watching, everybody. And slap a donation link if you feel so inclined. All right.